Can you try talking to see if it's working?
Yeah, I'm trying to talk. Is it working?
It is working. You're doing
Nice.
great.
Thank you.
And let me turn down the music a little bit.
Look at those double net 20s in the chat.
Wait, what? Oh,
Like
yeah.
with Kane. Maybe Kane will multi-class into a rogue as well.
Yeah, that was kinda insane. But before that was a natural one on perception as well. So.
That we don't talk about. Kane doesn't have eyes, it's understandable.
Let me zoom this out a little. If you want, I can do a recap from last time if you forgot something as well.
Yeah, please do.
Okay. I like this beginning, so I think I'll just do it again.
Just testing the Beyond 20.
Okay. Stay away, my subjects. Wait. Oh, let's see. That's not a great setup. Stay away, my subjects who feast in his domain. There is no hope of freedom, for bound he will remain. Fear what you can't know until the day you die. Embrace your rightful place, for knowledge is a lie. Do not venture deeper. Do not seek his gaze. Do not fall to madness, for you may take his place. Sacrifice your powers and bow your head in shame, or lose yourself forever in the ripples of his name. These are the words that echoed through Mato's head as he was pulled down into the endless darkness below. The memories of his past fainting along with the moon above as he fell into the pitch black sea, scales forming upon his body, and slowly after, the pain followed, as if his lungs might implode on themselves. However, the physical pain was the least of his worries. As his consciousness waned, horrific nightmares tortured him as he got dragged deeper into the eternity below. Red, bulging eyes, putrid scales, horrific scars oozing with thick red blood, and the echoes of a word he could not understand. Like a parade of endless waves, the ripples of this word knocked his brain around with an intensity incomparable to any headache one has ever had. It pulled and stretched the very fabric of his being, as it felt like he was being ripped apart and put together again for 1,000,000 times. Eventually, however, it stopped, and he felt the familiar touch of soft sand below his feet. He looked around, noticing the two creatures that dragged him down here floating about 200 feet away from him. After a while of looking closer at them, he noticed that they must have been humans once, like him. Looking at himself, he saw similar features to what he saw upon these creatures. Scales covering their bodies, and instead of their face and eyes, all that was left was one giant red big eye staring out from the middle of it, unblinking endlessly, similarly to the ones upon his hands. Their skin looking dark blue and rotten in some places. However, as he was standing there admiring these creatures, the ripples washed through him once more, breaking his brain apart in all directions. He knew he could not remember all the knowledge within him, for surely he will implode upon himself. He made decisions to forget some of the things he had learned, not knowing if they would ever come back, but knowing this was the only way to survive. Focusing down on his knowledge of the water around him, he managed to keep the spells related to it, the memories related to it. As he continued on, he noticed he could control the creatures around him. It seems the red eyes upon his hand had a connection to them somehow. The direction he chose to go in was the ship that brought him here. A giant ship from where he saw these creatures row towards him on the surface once. He thought this might give him the solutions he sought for. So he set on his path, encountering more horrors along the way, more insanity, however within it hidden knowledge that he managed to subtract. Venturing deeper, he saw a ghost-like figure, a woman, dead in the water, clutching a baby between her arms. However, as he went to bury them, he was teleported is the wrong way to say it. He was no longer in his own body when he opened his eyes once more, as he found himself in another place, in what felt like another time. Walking through the body of the woman, he noticed she was in quite the particular situation, being hunted by her own household, wanting to protect the baby she so desperately wanted to raise. However, controlling the woman, he managed to escape her doomed fate and built a new one for her. And as he opened his eyes, so did the woman and the child along with him. However, their eyes, like the others around them, were red and beaming, as they are now commanded by him as well. He's not sure what it means or where this will lead. All he knows is there is but one path forward, which is the path he decides.
That's so good. I was smiling the entire time.
I'm happy. Well, what shall the path be?
If I remember correctly, I chose to move forward to the green tile.
Mm-hmm.
You said that I can only move with, if I draw, can you see? Like I can move only these two, right?
Yeah, exactly. Unless you want to use your ability to.
Yeah, but that only
Or you
moves
can
me vertical.
you can move here as well if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna go to the next green one.
Okay. What is
Because I
this?
forgot my theories so far. Like which color means what.
Well, maybe the recap reminded you of some of it.
Yeah, I just don't know, like, did I meet the woman on the first or the second time?
Oh, the second one. The first one is
Okay.
where you got these visions again, this madness creeping into you, but also where you gained this ability to teleport. And the second one is where you saw the woman.
Wait, I have an ability to teleport.
I mean teleport like
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Wait, makes sense now.
Yeah. Okay, you continue along the ocean floor. Tell me, what is Mato thinking at this point as these 4 creatures are following him around? One of them, but a baby, but with beaming red eyes, it seems mindlessly just following your command as where to go.
I feel like the whole situation is so surreal to Mato. He probably, I'm not saying that he hasn't realized it, but it kind of feels like a bad dream so far, like he losing his part of his wizard skills and going mad and just not understanding where he is, what's happening to his body. So he basically thinks that this whole situation is like, basically a bad dream, and he knows that he just has to move forward, and maybe that will wake him up, or at least get him out of this whole situation.
Okay, I think that makes sense. I think it also, as you said, with everything going on, I think the effects of the madness around you also make it unclear, or make it hard for you to clear your own head, or to really discern what is going on, or what is real and what is not.
By the way, do I only lost memories of my ice and gust spells, or like real life things? I mean, if I met people, things like that, or not?
How would you know what you have forgotten?
Like, do I remember what happened before I woke up in the bottom of the ocean? Like, do I remember being on the ship with Meishu, and how did I get on the ship? Why did I get on the ship, and things like that?
You definitely notice as you go back, as you try to remember certain things, that it is hard. As it seems, the easiest things for your mind to recall is anything to do with the sea or the water. So anything on the boat is pretty clear to you, but anything before that becomes kind of vague. Of course, stronger memories, like the connections between, like, you still remember Jax and Ritz and all of them because of like the overwhelming memories that you went through together, but you're definitely noticing that some vaguer
the
things.
Same goes for my parents, right? Like, I still forgot them. Okay, nice.
But you're definitely noticing, like, maybe, like, I can't remember, or like it's not even maybe that you can't remember, but more like the feeling that as soon as you feel like you're trying to remember, you're noticing this encroaching madness around you. It's almost like like you just can't. It's almost a similar feeling to if you're like really tired, or you've just done like an exam or something, or you've just studied for like a really long time, where if you really tried, maybe you could remember, but it just feels like it just doesn't fit in your head anymore, if that makes sense.
So it's kind of like I know that I should know this, but for some reason I can't seem to recall.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Okay.
Also, I don't know if I asked this last session, like, what happened to my spell book? Like, me being underwater, doesn't it ruin the book itself?
No, it's a magical book, so it's fine.
Okay.
Speaking of your spells, did you note down how many spell slots you used and stuff, or is that lost as well? Because I didn't.
Well, D&D Beyond keeps track of it, and I didn't use any first or second level spells.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to lose any slots yet.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, it is as you... first off, tell me, I think last time you told me the order was that one of the guardians was before you and the other one was behind you. What about these two new people? Are they next to them? Are they... Just tell me your exact way of...
Yeah, I'm keeping the same formation, except for the new ones. I want the mother and the baby to be next to me.
Okay. Like you want to keep them close together, or you want them to like walk one on each side like bodyguards, or?
No, I feel like the mother should like hold the baby, even though it's not a baby anymore and they are not humans anymore. I just want them to feel like they are still together even after death.
Yeah, you will see as you envision in your head how you want them to walk. They will start walking like that. The woman will hold the baby in her arms as you imagine it, and you can continue walking like that. And well, as you continue, can you make me a perception check?
Yep.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, as you're walking on the ocean floor, you see something in the distance, and with an 18, you see it pretty clearly. About 10 something meters above the ocean floor, you see what looks like two shadows. However, one of them seems like a creature of some kind. It's at least 10 times the size of you, something like that. Must be some type of fish-like creature. It seems to be moving the way a fish-like creature would. You can't exactly make out what it is from this distance. Since you're also well on your perception, you can just see shadows at this point. And you see there is another creature which is more human-sized that seems to be what looks to you like in combat with it, since they are moving fast around each other, and you see the outlines of it. Must be some kind of trident, something like that.
As soon as I notice this thing, I'm gonna like, I don't know how I communicate with these things that I have. Like, just gonna ask the one in front, like, do you know what that thing is? And note if you know.
There's no response from the creature.
Yeah, I'm then gonna just continue forward towards this creature until I get a clearer view of what's happening.
Yeah, as you get, how close do you want to get?
Like, what's the point where I can like clearly see them?
The water is kind of, well, it's mostly just dark, so I think maybe the max is like 100 meters away, something like that. Yeah, which in feet is what? 300 feet away, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, then I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, so you get close enough to see what is happening, and as you do so, you see that this looks to be some kind of giant shark. You see it has similar features to any shark. I think you've seen a shark before in your life, probably, or at least heard or read descriptions of one which match up with this creature. However, you see it has this giant oozing scar across its body, all the way from the top of its snout to its tail, and you see it is wounded all across its body. But it must be, at least now that you're closer, it seems like it's even bigger than you thought. It must be like 15 times the size of you or something like that, and it's still moving pretty quickly for its size, as it seems to be attacking or in combat with this other humanoid creature, which at this point you would recognize to be... Wait, have you seen Tritons? Has Matos seen Tritons?
No, I just heard about them.
You did hear about them existing, right? In Eagle's Peak.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fit that description. It seems to be a man holding a silvery-looking trident in his hand that he is repeatedly like swimming up and poking down at the creature. It seems he's wearing some kind of scale-like armor across his body, as well as all the way across his humanoid-like feet. However, it seems that this creature has more of a fin-like structure for his bottom half. It still has like some kind of feet-like protrusion sticking out of it, but it's definitely more mermaid-looking than any descriptions you have heard of these tritons.
I want the one guy at the back to go to the front as well, and I'm very carefully gonna approach these two creatures just to get a more to know more about them, like if they are fighting for real or what's happening. Is he in trouble, or is he the one hurting the shark, or what's happening?
Yeah, are you trying to do this sneakily or just walking up to them? Describe it to me exactly. Like, are you swimming up to them because they're like 10 meters above the surface? Or are you walking on the bottom floor and trying to get under them? Because from this distance you can see they're definitely like darting around each other, and there's a lot of like sand flying in all directions as well, so it's still sometimes a bit blurry, and it's definitely like the closer you get, the more that you're in the danger zone, as in something might hit you even from the shark. It seems like just moving around or anything like that. So I just want to know how you're approaching this. Are you doing this carefully or just like strolling up to them?
Yeah, I want to keep it on the seafloor, and just not saying like stealthily, but just carefully walking up to them, like very slowly. And if I get close enough, can I try to look at them with my other eyes?
Yeah, for sure.
Does that do anything?
You try to look through your eyes and make me a Constitution saving throw as you do so. You feel like you try to channel your thoughts through these things upon your hands, but too late you realize that along with it is the madness around you, kind of encroaching into you. However, you do manage to look through the eyes, but you gain 10 madness as you do so. With doing so, however, you can see that the darkness of the ocean below kind of disappears before you, and you can see pretty far in the distance at this point, and you can really clearly see what is happening in this fight, even through the sand or anything like that. It seems these eyes are seeing through, well, any darkness at all. Your dark vision has a similar feature, but not as extreme as the eyes that you're using. This must be some kind of supreme dark vision or something like that, or another effect that you don't know about yet. But yeah, so you're looking at the fight, right? With the eyes? Yeah. As you look at the fight, you see that the man... Yeah, I don't think, because you use the eyes, I don't even think you need a perception check for this. You see that the man is pretty much in good shape still. He doesn't seem to be that worried. You see on his face is kind of just like the... like a hardened face, I would say, as if like a warrior or a soldier, something like that. And it seems he is in control of this fight, or at least it seems like that to you, since the shark is just kind of trying to like bite to him, but like missing from the side, and then the man stabs him in the back again, and the shark tries to turn around and hit him with his tail, but the man easily ducks underneath it and then hits him in the jaw. You see a shark teeth flying or drifting off into the distance. So it seems like the man has the upper hand in this fight at this point, at least.
Now I don't know what to do.
It's up to you.
I kind of want to help the shark, but I don't know if it's a good idea or not.
Whatever you want to do.
I'm gonna help the Triton.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not directly help him, but wait, let me think. What can my guys do? Like, I remember that they have some basic attacks, right?
Yeah, they have a basic. They have one basic action basically that all of them can do. The ones that were with you from the beginning are more experienced. You would see it from their appearance as well. They look more like they can do more things. They look more corrupted, I guess, with the giant like beaming eyes in the middle of their face. And also, as you tested out their abilities, they seem to have a ranged attack as well. While the other two that are with you, the woman and the child, only seem to have a well, maybe they just attack people, or you're not exactly sure yet what kind of close range attack they can do.
Is that like a spell kind of ranged attack, or can they do it on each of their turns? Or I don't know that.
Yeah, you can either command them to do a ranged attack, which you would have tested out is basically like a beam from their eyes, which is spell-like, I guess, in nature. Or they can go close by and use their sharpened nails.
Then, when the shark goes on other attack, I want one of my dudes to make a range attack against the shark.
Okay.
Just to distract him so the Triton can hit him more easily.
Okay, can you make me a 1d4 first, just to see how long your eyes last? Two rounds. And then can you roll me initiative as well? Just for yourself.
Nice.
Sweet. Okay, let me get this out of the way. So that's for the shark. And what is Dex? Oh. Sorry, it's lagging a little bit.
It's okay.
Okay, well, you go first. Tell me again what it was that you wanted to do. You can if you want to use all your minions' action, you can describe them together as well. I think this will be the easiest way. You can describe it as detailed as you wish, but you can also just say, I want this group to attack them, and I want that group to attack those, and then I'll just do it automatically from there.
Well, initially what I want to do is, like I said, wait for the shark to go for an attack against the Triton, and when I see him do that, I have one of my dudes to attack him, the ranged attack.
Okay. Just one of them?
Yeah, in the beginning, yes.
Okay. Can you roll me 5d12, please? Okay. Well, so you're holding your attack until the shark goes, and sure enough, he goes next. So your attack goes off, and you can roll me 2d4 for the beam coming out of the eye of the drowned one that you commanded to attack. It's pretty good. Doing 4 damage to the shark that rips into him and kind of distracts him as he didn't expect another hit to come from behind him. Leaving his guard open for the Triton before him to try to strike him once more. 23. Which will hit the shark for another. Oh wait, I forgot the modifier. So 7. Yeah, 7 points of damage. Which will bring him to 17. As the shark goes forward. Let's see if he turns around. He does turn around towards one of your guys and goes out and goes for a hit or goes for a bite towards it, trying to rip it apart with his jaws. Your creature's defenses.
The shark is going twice. Or... The shark is going twice.
The shark didn't, he didn't use his attack yet as he turned around when you hit him, basically giving an attack of opportunity towards the Triton. So this is still all within his turn. With a 21, which will hit your creature for 16 points of damage, keeping it barely alive with its 20 hit points. I don't have tokens for it right now, but just tried it. They have 4 points of damage left. As it is the Triton's turn, once again he will make his attack. It's 4. 9 will miss this time, just barely, as it's your turn. You'll see one of your creatures has been brought low by the shark's bite. A chunk of it is missing, however it remains floating. Its red eye remains bright within the water, as its like stringy hair floats behind it in all directions.
So, do I make an attack for each of my creatures now? Do you take care of the rest, or only for Matu?
You can control all your creatures at the same time. So you can just tell me they all attack, and I'll just give you something that you need to roll for damage.
So I want the one that got attacked to make a basic attack, and then one next to it to have a ranged attack.
Okay, so you wanna the one that just attacked use a physical attack towards the creature?
Yeah, and the other one is the same ranged one that was used before.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I still don't want to use the mother and the child yet, but Mato will try to use firebolt water. I guess we can call it aqua bolt from now on.
Mm-hmm. Which does what exactly? Yeah. Tell me again. There we go.
Basically make an attack with it. It deals 1d10 damage, and if I hit him, he also gets engulfed in water, which doesn't make sense underwater, but...
It is a giant creature. It's not a... Or it's a... Yeah, giant creature. It is not a small or medium-sized creature.
Yeah, I forgot about it. Well, never mind, I'm still gonna do that.
On hit, the target...
Wait, can I be back for a second? Let me be right back.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I will describe as the shark now just being turned around, taking a gap or taking a bite out of one of the undead creatures that Mato controlled. The Triton stabs into his the top of his head, making the scar upon the side of his body bursting open a bit more. The creature seems severely wounded, in the brink of death at this point. As the Triton, you see a smirk on his face as he digs tries to dig his Triton into the shark once more, but misses this time. The shark turning around and going for these smaller creatures that seem to be hitting him from the back, knowing that he might need to take care of these first.
Sorry, I'm back.
No problem. Okay, so what spell are you casting?
Yeah, the same one, even though it won't get the drowning effect. I still want to cast it. I mean, it would still deal damage, right?
Does the spell even do damage?
Yeah, it does 1d10. I don't know why it doesn't tell it, but...
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, so I think you can still cast it even when it doesn't engulf the creature. And then can you roll me... is this automatically hit, or do you need to make an attack roll for this? Oh, it needs to make
an attack roll for it.
Oh. Oh, yeah, okay. So a 13, I think, will hit for 9 points of damage, and bringing it to 7 to 8 points of HP. And then can you roll me a flat d20 for your physical attack, and then we'll see how that goes first. For the physical attacks of your creatures, Jesus Christ. Okay, so that's a crit. So roll me... roll me 2d6 and then 1d4 as well, but I'm guessing the creature will be dead by then. 6. There we go. The scratching or the beaming eye of your lost creature finishes the shark off as a bubble hurls towards it and hits it in the side of his body. The scar opens up more and more, and the shark almost just breaks apart from the middle as the creature stops moving after a while at least, and blood fills the ocean as this giant creature was slain. You will see the Triton put the trident in the back, in his, well, he will just put it on his back and he will slowly start floating towards the ocean floor. However, before that happens, you'll feel a sudden weird sensation. Can you make me a religion check at disadvantage? At first, you do not notice what is happening. However, after a while, you will see that suddenly the depths seem to be a lot darker than they were before, especially after your eyes run out after this combat. It seems somehow the darkness has become darker and you can see less of what is happening before your eyes as you gain 10% madness.
What the fuck? Why is everything giving me madness?
Yeah. Bringing you to 70%.
Yeah.
However,
there's literally no way to reach the end.
Oh, there. You have 10 turns before you gain 10 madness.
Yeah, but so far, I think 2 of the 3 dice gave me madness.
Unlucky choices.
But green is such a nice color.
Well, maybe it wasn't the green, but the choice you made along the way. However, as the creature was defeated, the Triton will float down to you, and you'll quickly notice that his eyes are in fact not blinking or beaming with red energy, and he will come down to you and start making a series of clicking noises towards you.
I'm just gonna wave my hands, implying that I don't understand him.
Yeah, he will quickly notice that it seems you do not understand the words he is saying. He'll kind of look you up and down, a bit questioning, and then point in a direction with his trident.
Is it the same direction that I'm going?
Yeah, more or less. It's hard to tell where you're really going at any time. It seems like you can't really remember which direction you came from in the first place.
He's not pointing up or down, right?
Yeah, he's pointing somewhere
right
across the ocean, but you're not sure if that is where you came from or that is where you're going.
I'm gonna shake my head.
He's gonna point towards his trident and then point at you.
I'm gonna take out my spellbook and show him.
He's gonna nod his head and then let's see how he describes this. He's gonna point towards himself and point towards the dead shark that is floating in the water. And then he will make a sort of visual of the shark swimming towards you. And then he will stab at it with his trident. Seeing that you... Oh.
I'm gonna point towards one of my dudes that got seriously injured. And then point at the shark.
The man will nod his head and swim towards the injured creature, and performing a series of clicks towards it as well. However, after a while, noticing that it does not answer, he will look back at you, kind of questioning.
Can I walk up to the shark and touch him, like the same way I touched this woman and the child?
Yeah, it feels like a dead shark.
Okay.
As you touch it, however, you notice that this must have been a magnificent creature once, as you feel the parts of his skin that were unscarred. They feel as hard as any stone that you have touched on land, really. The man will, or the Triton will swim up to you and look at you, and then look at the creature, and you will see there's a smirk on his face as he is looking towards the creature.
I'm gonna, like, I don't know if it's the right word, but like, pet the shark, I feel sorry for it dying.
You'll see the man laugh as if you're like making fun of the shark, like as if you're pretending to be sad about the death of the shark. The man seems to think you're telling a joke or something.
Nice. I'm gonna point at the mother and the child as well, and then in a general direction, the way that I was going initially, if I still don't know where that is.
You feel to maybe specify a bit about your direction sense. It is through your will of going somewhere. For example, you said you wanted to go towards the giant ship. As soon as you think about going towards the giant ship, you feel like you're pulled in a direction. But because of the vast openness of the ocean, it is hard to tell if you're going in circles or in a straight line, or where exactly you're coming from or going to. But if you want to feel, or if you are like, oh, which direction am I supposed to go in, then you feel like you are being pulled towards a direction.
So after I point at the mother and the child, I don't know how I would show it with my hands, but imply a ship or a boat, like I'm looking for one, and maybe he has seen one. Just look confused while I'm trying to mimic a ship.
Yeah, the man seems confused as well. He doesn't seem to know what you're talking about. Actually, make me a perception check or charisma check as you're talking to him. No. Just what I mentioned before. The man seems confused. However, he will point at himself and then at the group and then give you a thumbs up.
I'm gonna nod and make the hand gestures to follow me, and I start walking in the direction that I think is right.
Yeah, you notice that the Triton kind of sets himself up at the very back of your group and starts following you around. As you have gained a new follower who is a bit different from your other one, since you cannot directly control him, but you can kind of hope that he does the things that you want him to do.
Nice.
Okay. What direction are you going in?
So now choose another path.
Hmm?
So now I choose a new tile.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Have I been on a red one before? Like, I know the first one was a red, but I don't recall anything happening. It just started. I'm going for the green one again.
Okay. As you continue further and further into the ocean, you notice there's kind of a downwards. Well, the ground is kind of sloping at this point, and you're going. It seems, or it feels like you're going deeper and deeper into the ocean, and the light, as I said as well, was already darker, but now becomes more and more dark. Even with your dark vision, it becomes hard to really spot anything in the distance. Just checking something real quick. Yeah, in the distance you notice well, not that far in the distance. I think make me another perception check to see at what point you notice something different. 14 is pretty good. As you're walking across the ocean floor, you see something about 10 meters before you. You see... Let me think. I don't think you've seen this creature before. You see a small looking creature about half your size that seems to have a lot of arm-like, tentacle-like structures, kind of just out of one big blob that makes up its main body.
Are you describing a jellyfish, by the way?
An octopus, but close enough, yeah.
Okay.
And you notice that the creature seems to be stuck under a rock that's laying there on the ocean floor.
How big is the rock?
About 2 meters by 2 meters by 2 meters, something like that. I mean, it's not like an exact, like, around the rock, but that's the general dimensions.
Yeah. Then
And it's not like the creature is flat under this rock. It's more like one of its arms is just like stuck under it, and it seems it can't get out.
I'm gonna get pretty close to the creature, like the point where his tentacle still can't reach me, but hoping that he will notice, just to see his reaction.
Yeah, as you get a bit closer, you will see that the creature will quickly change in color, where it was a kind of dark purple at first. It kind of turns into a light red color, and it's kind of circling through it, almost like a... Well, have you seen, like, do you know what I'm describing? It's kind of like this like hypnotizing pattern that it's giving out at this point, and it's just like circling through all these colors, but mostly this like bright red.
As he does that, I'm gonna show him my eyes. I'm not using them, I'm just showing him, like, look, I have these, maybe you recognize this, don't be afraid, kind of vibes.
Yeah, as you point the eyes towards it, the creature calms down a little bit, and make me an animal handling check to see like how threatening you come over. Oh, that's a natural 20. Yeah, you feel like you're making like calm movements, and you feel like the eyes are kind of... It's almost like they're kind of reflecting the patterns upon its body, and you feel like that slowly but surely the patterns become slower and slower, and eventually the creature turns back to its normal purple-like state.
And at this point, I'm fully walking up to him and like laying my hands on top of him to like basically, yeah, to tell him that it's gonna be okay. And at the same time, I'm signaling the creatures and the Triton to come to me.
Yeah, make me a perception check as you look back towards the group of people that you're controlling. Yeah, no, it's fine.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, they all come swimming towards you. As you... Well, that's what happened. Tell me.
I want all of them, except for the baby, to help me lift the rock.
Yeah. You will see... well, all the ones that you control will definitely start pushing the rock. And that is while you're not pushing the rock, you're trying... Like, you're holding the creature? Or
Yeah,
you're pushing as well?
No, I'm holding the creature just to make sure that he remains calm.
Let me think real quick. Okay, yeah, roll me a strength check, just from your character sheet, to see how well your group of people do. Actually, make it at advantage, but yeah, 15 is already pretty good. 17 is even better. Yeah, you will see the two drowned ones that you control, one of them still having the chunk out of them from where the shark bit them, and the woman start pushing the rock, and with the low gravity in the ocean, it easily starts moving upwards, and soon enough the small tentacle of the creature will pop out, and it will swim towards you, or it will like kind of go into your arms as you were holding it. At this point, you notice that the Triton didn't help at all to push the rock. He's just kind of standing there looking at you.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same, like turn around and me and my other creatures looking at him. Like confused, like why didn't he help?
You will see he points towards... You will see he has a pretty angry look on his face, and he will point towards the tip of his trident and then towards the creature that you're holding in your arms.
As he does that, I'm just gonna move the octopus onto my shoulder, like he's sitting on my shoulder, if that makes sense.
Man will assess the situation and see he's a bit outnumbered here. He doesn't really have a great insight in what you can and cannot do. The man will just shake his head towards you and make the same gesture once more, but this time a bit more urgently, and it seems like he's impatient for you to let him do this.
I'm gonna gesture towards him to put his weapon away, meanwhile shaking my head.
Yeah, make me an intimidation check, just to see how confident you come over as you command this armed man. You've never really been a leader of any soldiers. You've been prominent in your party, but you have never been the one who really controls the other people around or bosses them around, and you will see it kind of shows as the man doesn't seem to really take your order that seriously, and he will just put his trident in the sand and stand there kind of proudly beaming his eyes towards you.
I'm gonna walk up to him, pick up the trident.
He's not gonna let you take, like he's standing there like he's holding the trident as he puts it in the ground, like he's almost as if like a symbol, like I'm holding my ground, not like I'm giving you the trident. So if you would come closer.
What I wanted to do is to like give it back to him, like to take it away.
Oh,
kind of things. Like I wasn't gonna take the trident.
Yeah, no. I just mean as you get closer, he's just gonna like grip it tighter and like just pull it towards himself.
Then, as I'm saying this, I'm gonna like not take out, but show my dagger made out of ice.
You will see that he is trying to remain his proudful face and just kind of look at you with a bit of a smirk. And but are you taking the creature with you, or you said you're leaving it with the others, or is it still on your shoulder?
He's sitting on my shoulder.
Yeah, you will see he will smirk at you, and then you will see his eyes will dart towards the creature.
Yeah, and this is the point where I'm gonna take down the octopus and send it towards the mother and have the two stronger ones come close to me. And still shaking my head.
You will see his smirk turns to a bit of a anger frown, and then he will kind of start backing up into the darkness.
So, is he leaving?
Yeah, it seems like he's still, his head is pointed towards you, but he's slowly backing up back to where you came from.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna wait until he completely disappears, then walk back to the others and pick up the octopus again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. As you pick up the octopus this time, you'll feel a kind of warmth glowing through yourself, and you will lose 10% of madness as you hold it in your arms, and it will just kind of wiggle around in your arms and follow you as well, having octopus abilities as well. You can control him with your eyes as well, and you can, if you activate your eyes, you can see through the creature as well. This is knowledge that you learn as this warmth flows through you. However, as you know, activating your eyes will cost you 10% of madness.
Yeah.
The octopus innate abilities are the same as any octopus, which does mean it is a very stealthy creature. So if you ever need to, I don't know, have like a scout sent ahead or something like that, it is a good thing for that.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
But yeah, you find yourself back alone in the ocean. At least you have an octopus friend now, and still the same.
Yeah, I feel like Mato is more happy about the octopus than the other guys. Like, he still doesn't understand those, but an octopus is just an animal, and it feels like, I don't know, like it gives him a bit of warmth.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, well, that's the end of that square.
Mm-hmm. I'm moving to the teal colored one.
The light blue one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't it teal? I thought
I don't know
it was
what
teal.
I don't know what teal means.
Not really. But teal is like the greenish bluish color. If you know that.
Hmm.
Like, let me take a screenshot just to see if I'm actually colorblind or not. Sent you a DM. That is teal, and it kinda looks like that.
Oh, I guess. Yeah, you go to the teal colored square.
Okay. This was very important for me.
It's fine. You just have a chill octopus. Kind of have some chill vibes about teal color as well.
Yeah. I'm a teal boy now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
By the way, I just realized that if I'm looking for a ship, shouldn't I, like, go to the surface of the water? It would make more sense.
It's up to you.
Can I swim freely?
You
Or
can.
just walk?
I mean, it's more tiring than walking because I mean you're automatically a bit sunken to the floor, as you are now at least. But you
Yeah,
could swim
I'm gonna wait until I'm.
if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait until I feel like I'm getting close enough.
Okay. you continue along the ocean. Again, it feels like the ocean is getting darker and darker with each step you make. However, the creature that you're holding in your hand is kind of giving out this pulsing. It's not like a visible light, but it feels like a bit of warmth that's surrounding you constantly as this octopus follows you around. And once more, after a while, you will spot something in the distance. This time you will see a man sitting on the ocean floor, or at least what looks to be a man who is sitting cross-legged on the ocean floor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna walk up to him with my party.
Yeah, as you get closer to him, you notice that he's wearing what looks like some kind of leathery-like coat across all his body, and he's wearing a cap on his head. And as you get closer, you also notice that his skin seems to be more similar to that of a fish than a human. As you get
Does he look like a triton or not?
You're not sure from this distance unless you get like really close to him. It's up to you.
Did he notice me getting closer or not?
As you're like, are you walking towards him, or are you like standing still and looking at him from far away? Like, what is the situation here?
Yeah, I'm walking up to him.
Yeah, as you walk up to him, you will see he tilts his head upwards, and you will see he does in fact not look like a triton, as you will see his face is similar to that of a fish. However, out of where a fish's like gills would be are just these like long, you know how catfish have these like whiskers? It's almost like that sticking out of his face, and then his eyes are not the red eyes of the followers that you have, but they do look similar in texture and quality. Well, basically those of a fish with like these small or like elonged pupils inside them. You will see he has, or as you get closer to him as well, you will see he the back, or his back is kind of sticking out in a like almost like a hunchback or similar to that, but it's hard to tell because like his entire coat is covering it, but so you're not sure if it's just like a protrusion like sticking out of this creature, or if it's something that he has put behind him, or it's hard to tell from this distance. But you just notice as you get closer that he looks less humanoid than he might have looked from a long distance away.
Yeah, so when I get up to him, I'm just gonna like stand there waiting for him to show any sign of like friendliness or showing threat or something like that.
Yeah, as you walk up to him, you will see he'll tilt his head upwards, and you will see his kind of chewing in his mouth, something that, well, you can't really see. You do see like sharp teeth sticking out from his mouth as he looks up at you, and he will speak to you in a language that you can understand. What is it that you want? What is it that you seek?
I'm lost, and I don't know what's happening to me. And as I say that, I'm gonna pull up the sleeves on my robe and showing him the scales on my arm.
Oh yes, the madness will take all of us eventually. Before it does, though, we can at least have some fun, can we not?
Were you like me?
It's been a long time since anyone has asked me about what I... No. Yes, I don't... where? Who? Yes.
Do you have a name?
I would not dare to remember it.
Does that mean that he knows his name? He just doesn't want to tell me, or he doesn't remember it?
It's up to him. It's your... What do you think he means by that?
I don't know. That's why I asked you. I feel like it's the first one.
Do you enjoy my home?
Is this your home?
Once
All
it...
of it?
I think so. Nobody has told me it is not.
That's a really good point.
It is.
How long have you been here?
I would not dare remember. You seem fresh. Tell me,
I guess
is there anything you need?
I'm looking for a ship.
I might have such information. In the trade, I would just like a little bit of sanity. As he says that, he will kind of look up at you and he will reach his arm out towards you, and we will see instead of scales, it is just like covered with this thick, slimy substance. As he like reaches out towards your cheek and tries to stroke it from his sitting position.
I'm gonna step back so he doesn't touch me.
It is not kind to refuse a trade in an old man's home.
It's also not kind not telling your name to someone.
Why would you wish to torture me so?
I don't want to.
Have you not seen the things they reveal to us? The things our secrets have shown.
I don't know. My mind is really hazy for the past couple of days, weeks. I don't even know at this point.
Such bright speech. Just lend me some of it. All I want is a little taste of your sanity.
I'm afraid I cannot do that.
I can give you all you wish for. Did you not wish to know where the ship lies?
I can find it on my own.
What about those? I see them. I see.
They are with me.
They are weak. Would you not wish them to be stronger?
I'm sure that they will grow once we reach our destination.
Evolution is a slow process. Could we not speed it up a little?
I'm not about taking such shortcuts. I've been learning my entire life just to get the knowledge that I own now. I'm not gonna give it up now.
Oh, it is not knowledge I seek. It is but a taste of a memory.
I'm gonna take out a book from my backpack, if I still have it, and tear out a page from it. That basically like one of my log entries, or I don't know what, the things that I wrote along the day, along my journey from the beginning.
You will see the creature, as you take out the book, immediately avert his eyes and like put his hands in front of it. Do not show me. Do not show me. Stop, torturer. Stop, torturer.
Why does a simple book hurt you? It's just an everyday object.
You do not know the stirrings of madness. You do not know how deep they control your soul.
Don't you wanna get free?
There is no hope of freedom, for bound he will remain.
There's always freedom. You just have to go look for it.
Embrace your rightful place, for knowledge is a lie.
Knowledge is the key.
Do not speak those words with me. Do not seek what I once sought. Do not plunge yourself in madness. There is no hope at the end of this tunnel. I promise you that. I do not care if you leave me here, stranded in this madness. But I cannot take the knowledge of another soul.
I'm afraid I cannot help you then. I'm gonna go and figure out what's happened to me and to you as well, and who did this. And
so many questions. So many questions.
Yeah. I'm seeking knowledge, as I said. Well,
I'm sure we will know each other very well soon enough.
if you say so. Then if you don't want to come with me, maybe this will help you remember who you were and how you got here. And now is the time that I'm gonna give him a page of the book.
He will not He will not reach for it at this time, just averting his eyes from it.
I'm putting it next to him. And continue forward.
He will shout after you as you are leaving. If you wish to find me, all you need to do is search for me. I will always be there. If you wish to make a trade.
I'm not gonna answer and just continue forward.
Okay. Well, you can go to the next square.
I know that I said that I wanted to try the black one and the white one, but the black seems scary.
This is turn 6, I think. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, next one is turn 6.
Oh. So if I don't lose any madness, I mean if I don't gain any madness, I have I can explore one extra node, right?
6, 7, 2 extra. Next one is 6, then 7, then 8 is the last one, so.
Yeah, okay.
Before, and I mean, technically every turn over 10 turns you just earn 10% madness per turn, so as long as you get to the end before 100, you are fine.
Yeah, but maybe on the last node I get 60% madness and I die.
Yeah.
If I decide to move vertically, can I move to any space or only one above? Or
Only one. That is the special ability that you got, that you can move. That you can move vertically. That you can skip spots one time. However,
but if I want to move normally, it's only one.
Yeah, it's only one per turn. Also, you can't move to any of the. Like, you can only go to the beginning of any of the special ones. Like, you can't go all the way to the black. If you were to teleport, I mean, you have to go like first here and then here and here.
So it's a
3-part thing for all of these.
Oh. Okay. I wish I knew that.
Yeah, probably I should have made that clear. Sorry.
But can I move here on that one, or only here?
No, you can teleport to this one if you want.
And then I would need 2 more rounds to reach the black one.
Okay, let me check real quick. Sorry. One, 2, 3. Oh, sorry. Wait, no, I was wrong. So you go to the first one in the beginning, and then all of these count as one turn, but they might have like unique effects like any of the other ones per each turn, if that makes sense.
So I don't need like 3 turns to reach the black. Just
yeah.
2.
So this you need to start each of those on the top one that is still connected to the real thing. So you would have to teleport like a maximum of here, and then this entire thing is basically like an event that only takes 1 turn, but it can have, like, of course you can, I don't know, gain more madness as well if you like do something on each turn, on each of these spaces that would let you gain more madness. So
And if I'm, let's say, at the black, I
mhm.
move to these two, or only to the red?
You're not sure what happens. It depends on the event. So it's always well, you haven't done any yet, so I don't want to reveal too much as well.
Okay, makes sense.
But yeah, it's definitely. I mean, all that you should know is that it is like a challenge. It is meant to be more dangerous than the normal things that you go through, because the reward in the end will be better as well. That's like what these things indicate. So yeah, that's the payoff that you should make for these. Is like, oh, do I want to take the risk, or do I want to go the normal path?
Yeah. I honestly didn't even think about the first one being a special one, because it was all green.
Oh, you don't see this
Did you
is
see the
yellow?
green?
It's yellow.
No.
Oh,
No.
okay.
I thought that was green.
That's
I
unfortunate.
was looking at the different colors.
Yeah, this is yellow.
Well, yeah, I kinda see it, but on a glimpse I don't.
I guess I can, like, if I make my eyes like really vague, I can tell that they look kind of similar as well.
Well, to be fair, looking at your stream, it's pretty obvious that they are different colors, but for some reason it's not on my
No,
stream.
yeah, I can imagine. Sorry about that.
Nah, it's okay. But next time maybe
Yeah.
use patterns, or I don't know.
Yeah, I'll try. I'll do that.
I feel like the black ones, it should be worth it, but I feel like it's really challenging, and it will give me too many madness with these colored dies. Yeah, I'm skipping that. I'm going for the vibrant one. So this time I'm going for another green one.
Okay. Let me see. Yeah, as you continue walking, you will see a structure in the distance. And as you get closer, you see that it looks like a temple, or at least something similar to that. Make me a religion check as you get closer to it. Yeah, you recognize the branch of life, which is the signet of Helia, the goddess of nature, which is like in the middle of the, well, just on the front of the temple. It's kind of like a pantheon-like structure, and in the middle of it there's just this signet that is well, branded into it, and yeah, that's what you see from a distance.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the temple. And is it open? Like, can I walk inside and things like that? Or
Yeah, it's you know the pantheon, like
okay. Now I know what you mean.
yeah, it's like it's open, as in like it's just these like pillars from the outside, and then there's just this like inner part of it. It's kind of open in all directions, and as you walk into it, you see that a huge part of it is kind of overtaken by the nature of the ocean floor, of just the or just like the erosion of the ocean. You will see like a bit of the structure is kind of collapsed on one side, and sand has washed over a big part of it, However, in the middle of the structure, you will see there's kind of this altar sticking out still.
And do I only see the insignia of Helia, or
Yeah, all you
do I
see
notice
is on the front of the temple is just the single signet of Helia, and then as you walk in, it seems to be there is similar signets to, well, yeah, Helia as well. You will see. Make me a perception check as you, or investigation check as you look around a bit more. With the 12, you just notice the basics. After like looking around for a little bit, you will see on the ceiling of the temple there is still some leftover art-like paintings or engravings that seem to be like hammered on top of it, and they seem to be depicting some humanoid-like creatures. You're not sure that it's a pretty basic depiction, which are all like what do you call it when like not praying but like fully praying, like completely like with their arms in front of them and like laying over, like bent over in the if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Yeah, you will see a group of these people just like completely bent over, praying, or what looks to be praying towards what looks to be a tree, or at least the image of a tree that looks similar to the signet of Helia as well.
So I don't notice anything off about this signet, like with the burning branch version that we saw before.
No, with your what did you roll? 19 religion check, you can tell this is a pretty much one-to-one copy of any signet of Helia that you have seen before.
Okay. Yeah, then I'm gonna walk up to the shrine and see what's there.
Yeah, you will see it is a pretty standard altar. I'm sure you've been in churches before, or Mato has been, and you will see it is similar to those. Surprisingly, because the place itself looks different from temples that exist nowadays. They might have similar, like you would recognize this to be a temple because it has a bit of a similar layout, kind of like how churches are now compared to like 1,000 years ago or something. They might like have a bit of a similar structure to them, with like things in the middle and like playing to it and stuff. But yeah, so it's basically just an altar. There's nothing really special on top of it. It's a place that like people would stand and speak from, but it's also a bit like higher. Yeah.
Do I see any items or objects near the altar?
The whole place, the bottom of the like inner hall where you're in at this point, is completely well, washed over by sand. So you can't really tell if there was anything or is anything here at this point. But maybe if you removed it, or I mean, it's up to you if you want to like research this more or just want to keep going. It looks in general kind of ruined in all directions and like eroded. It definitely doesn't look like brand new or anything like that.
So the sand is only on the floor, or some of it?
It's kind of
water.
So everything is underwater in general, but the sand, like the sand. In general, you're kind of in a wavy or hilly, sandy-like area right now. It must be that like the current washes through this place a bit weird. So it's like some parts are a bit more like washed over by the sand, but most of the like inner hall is just like what looks to be like maybe half a meter layer of sand until you would expect to reach the bottom of it.
I'd like to imagine that Mato wants to keep his sanity, so he tries to do many human-like actions, if that makes sense. So he's not he hasn't been really religious before, but I imagine that seeing this altar and knowing Helia, not much about her, but something about her, he's gonna pray, but not gonna say anything. Just with his hands do some praying gestures.
Yeah, as you start praying, or at least what you would imagine praying is like, you feel through the octopus that was swimming with you, you feel kind of this warmth spreading out all over the temple, and you feel kind of like a presence in your head, but not really. Like it's kind of a weird sensation for you, since you never really had this kind of thing happen to you before. And it doesn't, there's no like direct speech to you, but you feel a general like calm washing over you, and then you feel it trying to extract something from you.
But in a good way or bad way?
You're not sure.
But I feel some sort of clarity.
Clarity is I don't know. I don't want to say anything more. It's just what I said is what you kind of experience. So like, because it's for you, since you've never prayed before or anything, like you're not really a religious person, so you hear this, or you don't hear, but you feel this presence inside yourself, and you feel the entire world around you become kind of warmer and maybe a bit clearer, but it's not like you feel like you yourself are clear, if that makes sense. If you want, you can make an intelligence check for me to see if you notice anything else.
Never mind.
No, never mind.
I'm stupid.
But that doesn't mean that that intelligence check doesn't affect anything else. It's just So you don't know you just have the information of what I gave you. So it's up to you what decisions that you make. As you feel something being extracted from you, as this warmth is kind of washing over you.
Yeah, I feel like Mato would think that he somehow made a connection with Helia. Like he thinks that it's similar, like back in the church when he asked for Nihasa, and she came to help the party. Maybe it's similar to that. He doesn't know, but it doesn't really matter to him.
Okay. So you let it happen?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me, Mato, how many spells do you have?
Like spare slots or number of spells?
Number of spells. Yeah. I guess I can look at your...
Yeah, well, only counting the water ones or everything?
only counting the water ones.
Then let me check. Are we counting my custom spells as well?
I don't think you've officially made those yet, so I don't think so.
Okay. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Identify and detect magic count.
Yes.
Then 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, if I can count correctly.
Okay, and that's in order as well?
Yeah, I was counting down the list.
Okay, well, roll me a D15.
What are you doing?
Okay, what spell is that?
I don't know, like 15, 14, 13, 12, 11 is detect magic.
Okay. You lose that spell forever.
What the fuck?
Probably put it in red.
Yeah, well, now there's a reason Mato is not religious.
However, your stress is reset to 0 as you feel a clarity wash over you. And
By stress, you mean madness?
madness, sorry. Your madness is reset
Okay.
to 0. I didn't steal this from Darkest Dungeon at all.
Yeah.
Your madness is reset to 0 as you feel first a clarity wash over you, and then you realize that it seems like a part of knowledge in your mind seems to be missing.
Well, I would say that it's a good deal, but not really, because now I can't learn any new liquids at all.
That's unlucky.
Yep. Does acid count, as I already started it? Or not?
Cast this spell, a liquid one. Yeah, acid counts, because it's you need to cast it on it, and then once you have the path, you can learn it. So you already have the path for it.
No, I can't be a bloodbender anymore.
Oh.
Well, it's better than if I lost shape water. That would be kind of.
I think
Oh.
Helia got her target exactly on the nose then with that 11. She
Yep.
stole the most amount of chaos from you.
Yeah.
But you are reset to 0, so if you want to do some crazy shit, now is the moment.
Can I go backwards?
You can actually.
Can I?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't think you would ever want to, since it requires so many turns, but
Wait, this was my 7th turn?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th. 6th turn.
6th. Okay.
So I didn't expect you to get to this, because I didn't expect you to go like 3 green ones in a row, but it's fine.
Yeah, I like green. It's a nice color. So if I move backwards, do I still go to these two?
No, you can go to these two, since you went up. If you went to this one, you could go to these two.
Yeah, then I'm not going back. I'm just gonna teleport up, checking out the white one.
So you're going to this one, right? Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good. Let me go see.
Also, 1 second, I'm drinking some water.
No worries, no worries. That's the fun thing about the 2-player campaign, is we don't have to wait for anyone else, so you can take all the time you need. Also, I need to read this anyway. Where is it? Oh, yep. Tell me when you're back.
I'm back.
So this is turn 7. Okay. Also, you can describe to me what it looks like as you use this ability that you got from these darkened tentacles.
Isn't it just like a TP to a new place?
Not really. It's kind of like I was thinking more like maybe your vision like goes completely dark, or maybe it's like something in a memory that you feel like you didn't have, and that you can kind of go into that memory, something like that. It's all up to you, really. If you want to put some flavor on it, you can. Otherwise, I can just describe it to you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just something eldritch, since.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe like how you said that as this clarity hit Matu, he did to remember like what exactly is the reason he ended up here, like from the beginning, like when he left his hometown to just go on an adventure and just learn magic in a school of magic in somewhere, and he somehow ended up here, and maybe that memory triggered something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that makes
I
sense.
don't know if I understood that correctly. Okay.
Yeah, I think like your recollection of having this sudden clarity, having this lack of madness, makes you remember some of the things of your past, and as you do so, you feel like you understand this. These ripples around you a bit more, and you feel like if you would reach out, that you could manage to control them. And it is so that you can kind of ride on these ripples to give yourself a bit more speed and agility to reach the place where you wish to go faster. And eventually, the ripples slow down, and you find yourself coming to a giant cliff that goes more and more into depths. If you were to swim down, I mean.
Did those ripples show me to go downwards?
You feel like
Or
you want to go down, yeah. But yeah, like
it's gonna slowly fall down.
Yeah, make me well, first off, as you start to go deeper and deeper, it takes you about 20 minutes before anything really appears. The darkness is already, well, pitch dark everywhere, really. So it doesn't really become any darker than where you were before. But then again, it does get a bit more narrowed, I should say, because the walls of the cliffs around you are a bit less open than the open sea above, and feel probably a bit more scary. And as you venture deeper, you see something in the distance, what looks to be a shipwreck. However, at this point, make me a perception check. With a 6, all you notice is that the ship itself seems to be just kind of stuck between these cliffs. Like it seems like it hasn't fully fallen to the bottom yet. At this point, you're like 300 feet away again, something like that. Or probably farther, probably like 500 feet away, 600.
I want my octopus to go to the ship and check it out and then come back to it.
Okay. If you're just sending it forward, or you're using your eyes to see through it to control it?
And no, I'm just sending it.
Okay. Let me look up. Octopus has advantage on stealth checks. So roll me a d20. Roll me 2 d20s plus 2. Like, I mean, 2 times a d20 plus 2. Oh, that's pretty good. You send your octopus forward, and after about 30 minutes, he comes back. And I think you can just place your hand on top of him, and you can kind of not really communicate with him, but he will let you know about the major like points, just in kind of flashes of understanding, if that makes sense. So you don't have like a detailed view of everything happening, but you do know you do have like a general ground plan or idea, and you will.
And did he saw somebody or something?
Yeah, that is what you will hear, is that the place is heavily guarded by creatures similar to the ones that are following you. The octopus counted at least 6 of them.
Nice. If I had higher madness, I would send in the baby alone, just to see what they are doing. But now that I'm 0%, I might not do that. Yeah, I'm just gonna walk up to them and hope for the best. Wait, before I reach the, like, I don't know, like, ships don't have entrances, do they? Like, where I could go in, or I don't know. I want to use my my eyes again.
Okay. Yeah, your eyes will again cost you 10 madness to use. However, as you use them, you will get a much clearer view of everything. Bring you to 10% madness, and you can basically see all the way around. Only lasting 1 round though, but that is enough to at least quickly scout the area. What you will be able to tell with your eyes is that the ship itself is well, only half a ship really. It seems the ship is much larger than you expected. Even not as in the size of like how should I describe it? It is unlike any ship that you have ever seen before. It seems like every part of the ship is much larger than you would expect a ship to be. Not in like, oh, there is just more passengers that can come on here, but even like the rows and the mast itself and the steering wheel, like just everything is large about it. It is broken in like 4 different parts, and it's like scattered over this cliff, and many parts of it are just kind of blocking the bottom, but it seems like almost none of the ship has completely fallen to the bottom. And also you can tell that these 6 guards, or whatever they're doing, are just kind of well, they are almost identical to the drowned ones that you have, the ones with the big red eyes, and all 6 of them are just kind of slowly swimming their way through the ship.
Yeah, but the thing is that I wasn't the one who woke them up. So who knows who's controlling them? Anyway, I'm still gonna go to the ship.
You're just going straight at it?
I mean,
I'm just asking.
is
I'm
that
just asking how
yeah?
you...
Is there a way to like sneak onto the ship? Like, is there an
As I said,
entrance?
there's not really an entrance because it's broken apart in so many pieces. But you could,
Mhm.
I mean, you could try to maybe stick to the cliff or wait until they're not like patrolling at that at the point of the entrance. I mean, it's up to you really, or you can just go at any time, um, whatever you wish to do.
I actually want to just walk up to them. I
Hmm.
don't, at least Mato doesn't really see it as a threat so far.
Okay.
Like, they are
Uh,
being the same creature and hopefully they won't hurt me.
okay. And what is the order of your people as you're approaching it?
The same as before, two on the front and
Mhm.
the mother and the child next to me.
Okay. Uh, then roll me initiative as you approach. Since as soon as you get in their reach, you will see the first one lets out a screech that is even audible under the water and will charge towards you. And you can roll me initiative. What is the... Okay. There is 6 of them, so I'm gonna have to keep track of their... Let me just open a note to keep track of their HP a bit easier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will just roll a general initiative for all of them, and then they will just act before you or after you within normal. So they will go before you. The first one, we will do this mostly in our head if that's okay for you. The first
Yeah,
one will charge towards the people standing, or the 2 creatures standing before you, and they will let out a beam from their eye. You can tell that this one looks a bit different from the one that is coming from your creature's eyes. It looks like it's a bit more like narrowed down, and the color is a bit more orangey instead of the red that yours are extruding or protruding. And it will deal... Well, let's see if it hits the wounded one or the normal one. It hits the wounded one, which will probably kill it, because I think it only had... it only had 4 points. Maybe not. No, it will not kill it, as he has 3 hit points left. And you will see the other 5 creatures are slowly, or like, I mean fastly, but they're still pretty far back into the ship. They too are swimming towards you guys. But for now it is only one of the creatures that stands before, well, your bodyguard.
so one is in front of me and how many are coming?
5 are coming in total, but some of them are still, you would know from the octopus and you have seen with your eyes, are still pretty far down into this cliff, so they will take a while to get here.
And how far is the second closest?
Second closest is probably gonna be here by next round.
Okay, then Mato will use the firebolt water to hopefully keep the second closest in place.
Mm-hmm.
And I want the other 3 to attack the guy in front of us.
With a ranged attack or a physical attack?
The 2 in front gonna use physical, and the woman and the child, if they have one, ranged attack.
Woman and child don't have ranged attack. They only have physical.
Ah, okay.
So they're using physical or they're staying next to you?
They are using physical.
Okay.
Mate, I'm gonna roll this. I guess that doesn't hit.
Yes, that will miss. A bubble will fire out of you and just pop against the cliffs. Sorry, I need to drink some water. It will burst against the cliffs, not doing any damage. However, the creatures roll me 3d20 each for each class of the creatures that you have. The baby is level 0, the woman level 1, and the 2 drowned ones are level 2. All of them are doing physical attacks, so roll me 3d20s.
So, 3 different d20s, or?
Yeah, just 3d20s to see who will hit. We will do it per group in general.
Okay.
However, all of them will hit. Yes, 12 AC. Yes. So roll me, that is 1d6, that is... Wait, no, that's 2d6, that is... 3d6... wait, no, actually, I just think it's just 4d6, actually, sorry. Yep, roll me 4d6 damage. Which will almost kill the creatures as your... all of your creatures slowly kind of float towards them and start scratching them and tearing them open. You will see the baby reach for an arm and just starts like ripping and tearing at it, hoping it might tear off as the creature is almost devoured, or I mean, they're not eating it, so ripped apart before you, having 4 points.
So if the baby can attack as well, why did I only roll 3?
It's per group, so you don't have to roll for each individual creature within a group. Both your drowned ones are within one group, if that makes sense. That's why you get 4d6.
Okay.
Yes. As it becomes the creature's turn, he will once more attack the wounded one he was already attacking. He will just use his beam once more, which does not need a 2-hit, and hoping he can do 3 damage. He cannot. He's unlucky, as once more the beam fires out of the creature. The orange-like narrow beam, almost like a burning effect, scorches through one of your drowned ones. However, she remains standing. You will see she is kind of weakening with a sharp bite on one side, almost looking like a... well, from the beginning she looked like a living corpse, but at this point she's barely held together, just with a few amounts of flesh and bone. She manages to keep on going, having 1 HP left. At this point, however, the second creature as well will reach your guys, and he will just attack the one next to... no, he will just beam the almost dead creature as well, definitely killing it. Seeing it is not dead yet. And one of your drowned ones is just split in half and starts floating into the distance, as you will see 2 more creatures in the distance, quickly approaching.
So is it my turn?
Yes, your turn.
I want the mother and the baby to make a physical attack against the almost dead one, and have the other one make a ranged attack against the one that just arrived.
So the drowned one against the one that just arrived, and the Baby and mother do what exactly? Say again, sorry.
Physical damage against the almost dead one.
Okay. Oh, I've been writing too many numbers. That one had 4 HP left. Okay, yeah. So roll me 2d20 first for the physical attacks. The second one will hit. Make me a d6 and see if you can do 4 damage to it. It just barely remains standing as your drowned one attacks the other new creature. Just roll me a d4 if you're using a ranged. So one of these is dead. I know. 1 out of 2. And then you did 3 points of damage to the other one as your red beam rips into the flesh. Wait, no, you did 4 points of damage, sorry, to the other one. As the beam rips into the flesh, some of it starts flying towards you. If you were on the surface, it would smell like undead.
And I also want Mato to well, I wanted to say to create a wall of ice, but they are underwater, they can just swim over.
Mm. Also, you can only use water-based spells, remember?
Yeah, but shape water is...
Oh, right.
It's kind of cheating, but I guess it would work.
Yeah, it would.
Then instead, can I create a dome of ice around me and the 2 creatures? I mean, the 2 enemy creatures and mine as well.
A dome of ice?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that would require more than...
Actually, forgot what's the...
Hmm?
I actually forgot what's the size I can use.
I think you can
10 feet.
alter
Okay,
like
no,
10 feet and then... Yeah, that seems a bit much.
Yeah. In that case, yeah. Then I'm just gonna do another firebolt water on the healthy guy.
Another firebolt water on the same one, the one that is almost dead? Or the other one?
The other one.
Okay.
No.
Which will miss again. As it becomes their turn. They will focus on the other one and just try to hit it with physical attacks, both of them. Which is 12, which is 1 hit for d6 for 4 points of damage as your other drowned one gets a rake across the chest with rotten flesh flying everywhere. As the other 2 you see are getting closer and will arrive by next round together probably. As it's your turn. Oh wait, no, yeah, your turn.
Yeah, it's time to get serious, so I'm gonna cast Magic Missile Water at 2nd level.
Okay.
So in total I get wait, so how many do I get? 6 plus 1, so 7 missiles in total.
Okay. Magic Missile Water.
So there's 3 at max health and 1 that's almost dead, right?
There's one that has 1 HP, and then one that is that has taken 4 points of damage, and then there are 2 coming that are full HP in the distance.
Then I wanna shoot 2 and one that is close to me but not the almost dead one, so the other one, and 3 and 2 to the guys that are coming.
So 1 to the almost dead one, and then say that again. Sorry.
No,
Oh.
1 to the other one, and no, 2 to the other one, and then 2 and 3 to the guys that are coming.
Okay.
So I'm not attacking the almost dead one.
Okay. Yep, roll for me. So 2, 2, 3, right? Yes.
Yes. So those are the damages.
Okay, so 2 damage to the closest one. Then 6 damage to one of the ones coming. And another 7 points of damage to one of the other ones that is coming as well.
I just casted it so it updates the spell slot.
Okay. Sounds good. You still have the actions of your minions, I think.
Oh yeah. How's the other guy looking? Is he pretty damaged as well, or not really?
He has 16 out of 20, so he's looking pretty good. I'll make sure by next time I'll get some tokens so you can see your troops' health a bit easier.
But didn't you have tokens for them?
Yeah, but I mean, I'll like update. I just take a while to get everything and then put all the HP in it and then put everything together. I think I've written it down now. It will be faster.
Okay. Yeah, I want the mother and the child to attack the almost dead one, and the other one to also make a physical damage against the other one.
Okay.
Can you explain it?
Yeah, no, I get it. Roll me 3d20. As your minions sharpen their nails and swim towards their prey. With the mother hitting and the drowned one hitting as well. So roll me 2d6. The first one for the second one. So the first one will die as the mother rips him apart, and the second one will take 6 points of damage as he has 8 points of damage left. And it becomes their turn. The 2 other ones will reach them this turn, and all 3 of them will go for your drowned one with... they will just use their beam attacks, trying to just burn it down as fast as they can for 5 points of damage, leaving him at 11. As you see the 2 in the... You see 2 more all the way in the distance, however they seem to be remaining around the ship at this point.
So it's only 3 enemy left, right?
Yeah, 3 before you right now. All 3 of them hurt by your magic missiles and by the creatures already.
Mato will attack one of the guys that's at the back, like he's still not here. It doesn't really matter which one.
Oh, it's
With,
so all three of them are here at this point. Oh, because all three of them just attacked your guy with their beams, so all three of them are standing here.
Okay. Then, can you quickly tell me their HP?
Yes. There is 8 HP, there is 14 HP, and there's 13 HP out of 20.
Yeah, then Mato will attack the one with 14 HP.
Okay.
She'll touch water.
Okay.
I guess that doesn't hit.
That will miss.
Sedge.
That is Sag.
Literally, magic missile is my only useful spell.
Is Chill Touch a cantrip or a spell?
Cantrip.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's a cantrip.
Yeah, but I mean my rolls. I have other spells as well, but they wouldn't hit anyway.
Oh.
Yeah, and I want all of them to attack the one with 8 HP.
Okay.
And one of them uses a ranged attack.
Okay. Roll me 1d4 for the. Oh, right. First, you roll me the 2d20. One of them will hit. Roll me a d6 and a d4. It's pretty good. 6 points of damage. A beam fires off, taking off the arm of one of the creatures before you, and then the mother goes in to scratch him in the eye. Not yet bringing him down, though. As it becomes their turn, once more they will just fire 3 beams at the creature, at one of your drowned ones who had 11 HP left. Dealing another 6 points of damage to it as he gets burst down by these 3 orange reddish beams that narrow down over him, leaving burn marks in all directions. And it's your turn once more.
I'm gonna cast another magic missile
Okay.
at level 1.
Okay.
One of them goes for the 2 HP
Okay.
guy.
And then there's 14 and 13 left.
And 3 goes to the 13 one and 2 to the other one.
Okay. So it's 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the first one will die as your magic missiles will rip through him. The second one will be hit for 4 points of damage, and the last one will be hit for 7 points of damage, bringing them to 10 and 6 HP. As the 2 that are there will once again just try to burn down your guy before they as well die. Dealing 7 points of damage as their beams rip through him. And you.
Did I hit my...
Oh wait, you didn't yet? Oh, sorry, my bad then.
I don't know, I'm just looking at the chat and maybe I didn't, I don't remember.
No,
actually.
you didn't yet, it's my bad.
So what are their HP again?
Their HP right now is 10 and 6.
Then I want all of them to attack the one with 6 HP.
Okay.
and in the same setup, so one of that is ranged.
Okay, roll me the 2d20 first again. One of them will hit. Roll me a d6 and a d4. Well, never mind. He will die with the d6 as the mother scratches him open, and you can point your d4 towards the creature next to him, dealing 2 more points of damage. Seeing the hopelessness at this point, he will instead go for a scratch towards the other drowned one. 19 will hit for 6 points of damage, still ripping him open, and at least killing the what should I call it? The opposing twins, the ones that do not belong here, the fake drowned ones. As he stays standing with 8 HP left, and you will see the 2 guys in the distance, or the 2 other ones in the distance, start scurrying off. It seems they have seen enough, or are commanded to have seen enough.
So they are running away?
It seems like that, yeah. They're just going away from the ship.
Mm-hmm.
It's your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm gonna try another firebolt water and just normal attacks against the last guy.
Okay. That will hit for
Nice.
enough damage to bring it down. Tell me what it looks like as your aqua bolt bursts through this creature.
Like I shoot a bubble, and as soon as it hits the target, it, like the description says, it engulfs him,
Mm-hmm.
and basically like throwing water out of the bubble, if that makes sense. So basically making it like, wait, I don't know how to explain it. Well, I imagine it like it being kind of like vacuum. So it just
Like the water
kinda
collapses
implodes.
down on itself? Yeah.
Like imploding.
Yeah. So you feel this like shock wave go through the water as your bubble engulfs the creature, and it just implodes on itself, and the creature just explodes in all direction as the pressure of the water around him just collapses down on top of it. As combat ends, you did lose 2 of your soldiers, however, but at least the baby and the mother remain standing.
Mm-hmm. So the other 2 are basically gone. Like I don't see them anywhere.
Yeah,
right?
the other 2 that you saw in the ship, yeah, at this point you don't see where they are.
And then, yeah, I want to go and explore the ship.
Yeah, as you explore it, make me a investigation check. Yeah, with a 19, you will see many runes carved upon this ship that you do not seem to recognize from any language that you have ever seen before. And as I said before, especially while going through it, you will see that this ship must have been built for a kind that was not your own, as you see that everything is way bigger than any ship that you have seen before. You find a couple of giant chests all over the ship, or like on the broken to the walls of the cliff, stuff like that. However, they all seem to be empty at this point and kind of overgrown by rock, even some of them. However, the most important thing you notice with your 19 investigation is that you see below the ship itself, you see the bottom of the cliff, and in there you will see a giant cage.
Do I see anything inside of the cage?
If you decide to go closer, if you decide to investigate.
Well, if I don't see anything else on the ship, then yeah, I'm gonna go closer to the cage.
Yeah, it seemed, what it looks like from your investigation is that this ship was basically like burst apart in all direction as it hit this cliff, and the parts were just flown in all directions, and anything that still remained on it seems to be kind of eroded, similar to the temple. It seems completely like removed of anything that was in it.
By the way, these runes that I see on the ship, just out of character, like, is it the abyssal language or something else? Just because I can speak giant, if that's what it is.
Oh, you can speak giant? Yeah, then you can read it.
Yeah, I can speak giant. I just can't find it on my D&D Beyond page, but I remember choosing it.
Oh. Well, then you can, in fact, you recognize it to be giant. And you will see the runes state an ancient verse about traveling the sea, and about... it states about a legend that you do not recognize, about a man who supposedly sailed the seas for eternity, bringing people back from the death. But then in giant. Yeah, but it's kind of written in this like song-like structure or poem-like structure. I think I'll write it up later myself, but I haven't written it out yet.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, finally I could use my giant.
Yeah, it will in fact be useful.
So, yeah, I assume that... And no, I wouldn't make that assumption that this ship was his from the left. More like, at least that's what Matt was thinking, like these people got attacked or something happened, and in misery and madness they wrote this poem. Okay, then I'm going to the cage.
Yep. Yeah. As you think about these things, as your sanity is low, a memory does return to you of the dwarf, in fact, carving similar unreadable verses upon the deck of the ship. Wait, no. That. Sorry, I got the timeline mixed up. Was when Meisha was alone on the ship.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah, never mind that. Yeah, you continue down to the bottom, to the cage, laying there, kind of half over, washed over with sand as well. However, within it, you will see, the giantest man that you have ever seen in your life, laying on his back. You will see that his body does not seem to be eroded at all, although his skin is completely blue, similar to the other drowned creatures that you have seen before.
So he looks dead, basically.
Yes, however, his body is completely intact for some reason. Like,
So
for example,
maybe
the ones that you saw before, For example, the mother and the baby that you had, they looked a lot more like there were like some chunks out of them, or maybe they have some like scales growing out of them that kind of have this oozing scars per like, what do you call it, growing out of it as well. While this one seems to be almost like completely smooth blue, almost as if his skin is like completely intact still.
Mm-hmm. So maybe he hasn't died that long ago, or I don't know if giants have some special ratios feeds that keeps them healthy, or I don't know.
No, you don't know, I think.
But yeah,
Although you
I'm gonna send.
do make me a history check, because you do speak giant, so I'm sure you have had some research about giants. Yeah, with a 14 history check, you know something that might explain some of this. You're not sure if that is the full explanation, but you do know that giants in general just have a way thicker skin than humans. That is why they are like harder to hit as well. So it might just be that with your general knowledge of giants that you have, but there might be another reason as well that you don't know.
I'm gonna send in the octopus to confirm that he's indeed dead or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the octopus goes in and just kind of like sits on top of the stomach of the giant, looking very small. Like this giant is at least, what, like 20 meters tall, something like that. Like he's,
Oh my god.
yeah, like it's a giant cage. Like it's taking up the, like you had to swim down from below the shipwreck just to get to the cage itself, and then it's basically taking up like the entire bottom of this cliff. Like this is a giant.
I didn't know that he was that giant.
Yeah.
It's full on Attack on Titan.
Yeah, like it's, maybe I underscaled the sheer size of both the ship and the cage and the man that you find there.
So basically the bars in the cage are basically huge. I can like without any effort I can go inside and out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, then I want to go up and the same way that I touched the mother and the child, touch the giant and see what happens.
Your eyes will go black.
Oh no.
And as you open them, you find yourself in a cave 20 meters above the ground as you look down. And I think that is where we will end today's session. As we will see next time if you can successfully complete the obtaining of a giant.
Well, to be fair, a giant using spells is pretty scary.
That's true.
Would the giant be using more water than me? Like I feel like 2 gallons of water is like nothing to a giant.
Maybe it's more how far it is from the bottom, since everything is 5 feet away from you, or everything is 5 feet close to you. I guess it depends on how you count the casting of your spells, if it needs to be close to your arcane focus, or if it needs to be close to just your body. I guess it depends on that. Yeah, but you say a giant with spells is pretty scary, but whatever killed this giant might be pretty scary as well.
It was another giant with spells.
It was another giant with spells. The most original outcome.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I hope you
Yeah.
enjoyed today. I felt I was a bit tired in the end because it's almost 4 a.m. here. But I
Yeah, I
hope
was
you,
about to ask you, like, it's probably pretty late for you.
uh, I hope you still enjoyed. Uh,
Yeah, very much so.
yeah, I think I don't know. I need to find something better to do with the combat. I think because it gets kind of like, oh, now you attack and then they attack and then you attack and then they attack and then you like it's. Uh,
I mean, it's fine. I don't mind it at all.
yeah, but I feel like it could be more, especially with like the minions. I want it to be like interesting and to be more like I don't know, like any game where you have like minions or something that you can control. Like I feel like it's more fun if it feels like, or like any like turn-based combat game where you can control people. Like I feel like it's. I think I should give the minions themselves maybe more like unique abilities, like spells that you can use like more uniquely or interestingly than just I attack. But I think with the giant, that will definitely he will have more interesting uses. But I mean, at least for today's session, I personally enjoyed the lore things a lot more than the combat
Yeah,
for running them as well. So I think,
yeah, I feel like we progressed a lot and
yeah,
got to know many things.
yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
I also, yeah, I really enjoy this campaign because it helps my lore a lot as well. Because I feel like I can include so many things that I can't really do in the like normal campaigns, like lore wise, uh, which is fun.
Yeah, I just hate Helia.
You're the one that
She she nerfed Mato.
you're the one that decided to pray to her in her temple.
Like, if I pray to somebody, I don't expect them to take away the one thing that I want to do.
Well,
But no, it's fine.
Alia doesn't care about your feelings.
Sedge.
Okay, well, I think because I still need to walk home, so I think I'm gonna go now.
Oh. Okay, yeah.
Well, let me end the stream first. Goodbye,
Mhm.
nobody who watched.